please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdates 230623.4. The NPC mass is now in visual range. We're going to wait until they're within weapons range before we unleash the newly named Gloriana class on them, which happens to be hiding behind a daisy. We have named our ship thusly, and quite aptly, the Huntress of Damnation. It was either this or Boaty McBoatface. Welcome everyone to the 180th This Week at Twitter, or twat. Today we're going to start with a tweet from CCP is asshole, sent of a non-man, quotes, just doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Reply of interest, how come trans women are women but real women are non-men? I just need them to stop trans-spreading themselves into our lane, stop trans-splaining my womanhood, that's all I'm saying. Been doing this for 41 years, I got this. Okay. This was retweeted by my friend Anne, who included John Hopkins University Diversity and Inclusion Gender and Sexuality Resources. This is where we're going next. Lesbian, sexual orientation, a non-man attracted to non-men. While past definitions refer to lesbian as a woman who is emotionally, romantically, and/or sexually attracted to other women, this updated definition includes non-binary people who may also identify with the label. Interesting. Gay man, a man who is emotionally, romantically, sexually, affectionately, or relationally attracted to other men, or who identifies as a member of the gay community. At times, gay is used to refer to all people, regardless of gender, who have their primary sexual and/or romantic attractions to people of the same gender. Gay is an adjective, brackets not a noun, close brackets, as in, he is a gay man. Now this is quite interesting, and it's understandable why it could be considered somewhat contentious. It also explains why non-man was trending on Twitter. The lesbian one, a non-man attracted to non-men, but then saying here, may also identify with the label. For decades, straight men have been saying they're lesbians anyway, because they, like those who are lesbian, women, are only attracted to women. It's a joke, bruh. A very old joke, bruh, but a joke nonetheless. I feel like this might well water down women or a woman by having to use the word woman as an umbrella term for many different types of people that can be considered a woman. Expression and label, interesting. I like that we use the word label because that's something many get pigeonholed with all the time and they don't like it. So what do? They create new labels because originality totally isn't dead. I like that gay man though is just to the point. But with lesbian and woman, it has to be non-men, non-man. Anne had tweeted this with Pretty Non-Man, the Non-Man in red, Little Non-Men, Kiss of the Spider Non-Man, Attack of the 50th Non-Man, What Non-Men Want, Cat Non-Man, Wonder Non-Man, Non-Men on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Some of those could be movie titles. I like that. So next I want to talk about a subject that has been simmering for a while. It's been going on for a little while. I've been collecting a few sources here and there and trying to keep up to date with it, but ultimately failing miserably. The reason why is because it concerns Boblax, who we've spoken of, Tipster, who we have alluded to a little and spoken of briefly, Keffels, who we've spoken of multiple times on this channel, and Ethan Klein. So all four have been spoken of in some manner here, but put them together, we have a different conversation. Boblax was trending recently because of an involvement with H3H3. In fact, Ethan Klein had invited him onto his podcast, but he may have lied about this part. He had said that he invited him on to be a human soundboard, but changed his mind after his racist alt account got leaked. That's from Josh's tweet here, see. Boblax though went on to confirm he rejected the invite 4 hours after it was sent, so why was he lying? And in this context he includes a clip from Off the Rails.
But it is amazing. Stop! It's so crazy.
Stop!
Dude, it's so crazy. We thought about, no, I think this is worth saying. We thought about inviting him on the live show before this alt came out. Why? What's wrong with that? We wanted to do a gag where he was in the audience, but we changed our mind.
Continuing with Boblax, from a tweet a day earlier, Tipster keeps saying I dragged him into my feud with Keffels, but he inserted himself. This is a clip from the same stream where he called me to have a discussion with him and Keffels, where he brings up to me out of nowhere and says I'm sexually harassing Clara.
Also, there's continued discussion regarding the Boblax thing. Wait, what Boblax thing? Boblax last night was streaming and he accidentally leaked an alt account that he had called Throbbing Horsecock, and there's a lot of very interesting tweets on that account. You could tell it's basically like a shitpost account for him, but...
So you accept it's a shitpost account. Interesting.
And I guess Clara is not too happy about the tweet that he made in response to me. Understandably. Because it's a pretty yikes tweet for sure. He made a few sexually harassing tweets. Yeah, that's why Clara's not too happy about the recent one.
Things of late haven't been looking so great for the channel of Tipster. Whether he's doing well stream-wise or getting enough donations to get by, I couldn't care less really. You do you, boo, you do what you have to get by. But what Tipster has done is essentially scorched earth the entire community he was a part of to align himself with someone else that will burn him at the very first opportunity. I don't fully understand why. It's not my place to understand why. I feel like the tactics employed were remarkably weak and have played out rather poorly for him because he is now the meme of everyone. A joke. Somebody who is now burning people to the point. Those that he was remarkably close to, although the introduction of which was quite shady on the face of it, Hannah Clark the more notable, has gone absolutely knucking futs all over Twitter ranting about the crap he has done. I was for a short time a part of a DM group with them two, and it used to be just fun, bants, jokes, you know, behind the curtain, no jokes about the ethot crap that I couldn't give a damn about really. It was nice, and then one day it just went all wrong because Tipster screwed up. But when these screw-ups come to light further, it highlights another problem. A relationship fail between the viewer and the creator, where some use their viewers as their emotional support blanket. Yeah, the thing you dump the crap onto and expect them to bear the weight, so you don't have to feel the guilt or deal with the issues that hurt you, the creator. Hannah was mistreated by you, Tipster, by the way. You've owed her not just an apology, you owe her, well, quite frankly, she should be allowed to Rochambeau you at this point. With regards to Boblax, I find it quite fascinating. You've been on multiple streams talking about things related and pertaining to this, and when asked questions with simple yes or no's, you've not answered them. You've dodged the questions, and I don't quite understand why. The questions aren't loaded. They're not intentionally trying to mislead you. And so I am truly baffled at what you are becoming because I don't understand why you're doing it in the first place. My first thought, by the way, genuinely was, is Tipster hooking up with Keffels or something? That's what I first thought, because I couldn't rationalize any other reason. By the way, you are so memed now, you're a part of H3H3 soundboard.
Crazy times are upon us.
Cheers, my dude!
Cheers.
Who is that? What is that?
Some guy.
Play it again?
It's the meme I saw.
Hold on. Play it again?
Cheers, my dude!
My dude.
What am I missing?
Keffels has been trending because Keffels has been using a Discord server, apparently, allegedly, to convince people that people like Augie are transphobic. There are no bad tactics, only bad targets. Quote from Movie Bob, yeah? In this, there are no bad targets, only bad tactics. All of which employed by the likes of Keffels and you as well, Tipster. I would add Ethan Klein to this, but he's been a disingenuous fuck for years. Next, Lauren Chen. You got to love it when reality wins. Included is a 1 minute 31 second video. The reality is concerning football players, women's football players, who are asking for equal money. Because equal work, right? Parity of esteem, yes? Here's a short clip giving you context.
It's very frustrating for us on the team, for women everywhere, I'm sure, to be feeling like they aren't getting paid what they should be.
Equal pay! Equal pay! Ready? This message is for Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. 1, you should be here right now with your squad. 2, your team about to go down!
You got to be careful. There's a shot, and there's a goal by Lloyd. Lloyd! Another shot! Aspen. Well, there with the left. It's so good in this game. Brundle.
Sugar Tits saw this and replied, I'm surprised it wasn't more than 12 to be honest. And I'm the same. The performance was absolutely abysmal. And I don't mean like food review in Friends abysmal that's apparently okay. No. I mean abysmal by its actual definition. You may do well in a setting of women's football, but when people want to watch something that is genuinely higher quality and more competitive, they tend to gravitate towards the men's. And don't forget here, Many sporting governing bodies, including FIFA, have invested millions into trying to get more people interested in women's sports. Outside of gymnastics at the Olympics, which gets a lot of people put on a sex offenders register, yes, we all know who they are, and women's tennis because of the rather obnoxious sounding return swings, there isn't much interest. There really isn't. And while we're in the ballpark of sports, Icons Women, court appeal announcement. USA Powerlifting files appeal in lawsuit after judge orders USA Powerlifting cease all operations in Minnesota unless it permits male athletes to compete against women in powerlifting competitions. Now that's equality for you. Retweeted by Julian, what kind of BS is this? Honestly, after years of women fighting for our space in sports, you want the men to come in and take what is ours? And to the women supporting this, you do realize you are literally letting the patriarchy encroach on our spaces. This seems fairly binary, doesn't it? But actually, it includes a group of individuals. You know who, and that's why there should be an open category, a third category. Men's, women's, open. Now granted, some who are not good enough to be in the men's will just go to the open one to make themselves feel special. It's okay, we'll still know their shit regardless. Now not everything on Twitter has to be so cancerous, and I'm going to demonstrate that. Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Kalkad, you are a left-wing extremist, retweeting India Willoughby, who had a picture of his bio by saying this bio is just someone who's hard right but can't admit it, hers being left-wing extremist. The Gay Christ replies, what are the chances when I click on the replies from your followers there will be transphobia about India Willoughby? Carl, no idea. Are you concerned that Radio 4 misled you? Gay Christ, was your YouTube channel ever suspended? Carl, no. Why do you think they told you it was? Gay Christ, I'm guessing the woman from BBC got her information from this, linking his Wikipedia. Carl, so she misinterpreted the Wikipedia page and spread disinformation about me. Do you feel that harms her credibility? Gay Christ, of course. Carl, are you aware that her other claims about me are false? Gay Christ, I do now because Johnny just tweeted me this. Isn't it nice when civil discourse actually ends with someone understanding they've been misled? It's a rare treat on this platform. And just because it's always nice to have someone say this, Elon Musk, once again I'd like to offer this platform to anyone on the left. You will get equal treatment. Retweeting himself with a Tucker Carlson tweet. Doesn't matter what Tucker Carlson said, it's the point that if he says this, you've got to give it a chance to see whether it is true, and if it isn't true, you then call it out. I think that is fundamental. I know many have gotten very cross with him because he's retweeted a lot of things that sit more on the right, but he's never denied where his politics are. Although his politics aren't really on the right though, are they? It's quite strange. Okay, Alice Maz. Best friends is a feminine concept that is particular though not exclusive to straight females and gay males. Plenty of men have lesbian bros or homies or potentially even comrades. Retweeted by Weeboo. Gentlemen, is it gay to have a best friend? Because I'm a dickhead, I saw this and retweeted. The F is a gentleman. Spelt incorrectly, that's why. Were you trying to write genital man? Wahaha, need to troll intensifies. I know. Transphobia, we must call it out. I'm kidding, of course, don't try me. The answer to the question, though, is it gay to have a best friend, is no. There is nothing wrong with having someone you consider your closest friend, your best friend, the person who knows you the best, the person who you rely on, for good and bad. That is the one person, or group of people even. There is nothing inherently homosexual about it, which I find absolutely fantastic. Laughable, in fact, that someone would think that. I find it additionally funny because I've got 3 sisters. I don't need a 4th.
Oh, and if you don't know how to spell, don't worry. If I see your tweet, I shall correct you. You're all welcome.
Next, Keemstar. What happened to @JustAMinx? Included picture with injuries. Can't show it. YouTuber sensitive to that stuff. Reply from Fangs. YouTuber who does a lot of FIFA content, does other stuff now on OnlyFans. Someone time traveled and took a picture of her the day after I fight her. Reply. I'ma find leaked pictures of your OnlyFans and send them to your kids' peers to get them bullied for having a home mom. Reply. Sending pornographic material to minors? That's definitely not illegal. Fangs retweets this with, and I will promptly get you arrested if trying to send lingerie pictures to school children, you pedophile. Fangs on Twitter has a lot of bite, and I'm quite impressed at how well she claps back at people. Again, I remember watching her when she was just sat in a gaming chair doing FIFA stuff. Yeah, the occasional collaboration with the Sidemen, that kind of content. Obviously, with any channel, there's a rise, plateau, and a fall. As far as YouTube goes, she's on the downward slide. Nothing wrong with that because she's smart enough to invest her money and to explore alternative options like OnlyFans. I will not hate a player for that. I will only envy the fact I can't make anywhere near that level of money, alright? Another reply to Fangs, by the way, the original tweet from Rule, removed for violating Twitter's rules. Zane Morgan, and all your kids' friends will still show him that's what kids are good for, reminding of where you came from, ahaha, it about to be funny. Misa thinking some of you have a strange obsession with her children, and this weird mentality of how dare a mother, how dare a woman, how dare an individual have an occupation involved in OnlyFans? We're not here to judge people for that. It's equal to that of people who judge others who are YouTubers for occupation and any other type of occupation where you look down on someone. It's very elitist. It's a bit, well, actually it makes sense. It's Twitter. It's a shithole after all. Next we're going to go to a Poe. Yeah. Vince Langman. Go woke. Go broke. DunningKrugerTimes.com. Garth Brooks cancels his bar grand opening after investors bail out. Okay, this had to be, had context added to it. This is a joke. The Dunning-Kruger Times is a fictional publication that regularly posts parody content. The parody aspect of this is in connection with, I believe, Garth Brooks had announced he was going to put Bud Light in his bar. That was it. I couldn't care less whether or not you drink light beer, mostly because, and I'll continually say it, whiskey is superior, get your ABV up, you light-ass pussies. To the final tweet of the video, Twice Blaked Potato. Name a once beloved YouTuber who destroyed their reputation faster. Included is a picture of Illuminati. Some people have obviously called into question the word beloved and hyper-focused on that. An argument can be made for creepshow art. Semi-respected. Obviously there are people who will say, but not beloved. None of them were really. I always have my suspicion. Shut up. Please. Stop being a bitch. Okay? This is audience participation. Focus on the question. Name a once beloved YouTuber who destroyed their reputation faster than Illuminati. By the way, channel's going down. Hasn't she just been yeeted from a company she's a part of?